2021 at 7 p.m. You guys had a time to look at the minutes from the previous meeting. Any corrections or additions to that? If not, we need a motion to accept those.
So move.
Lauren, a second.
Second.
Taylor, all those in favor?
Aye.
And then we got a few additions to the meeting tonight, but I think we got another. Anyone else have anything else to add for tonight's agenda? No? We'll take a motion to approve that then.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Jeff, second?
I'll second.
Larry, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll just move right into our visitors. I see we got quite a few, so. What do we got tonight, guys? John, what do you need?
I was here last spring about tapping into the water system. Going to put in the bathroom out of the county shop. Who supplies the meter, or where do I go for a meter and all that stuff? I contacted the state to bore under the highway area. Do you guys, Southwest Water, or whatever the name of your water, so where the water outfit is?
We would probably supply the meter on that one.
Okay.
Being that they're on this end of the...
This end?
Yep. Okay.
Who would I call or get in contact with if we get it dug in this fall yet?
I'll get a meter.
Okay.
I'll get one coming.
Okay. I guess that's, we would let you know and all that stuff, and if you're a licensed plumber to tap in and all that stuff, we get a hold of you guys then.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Do we don't need permits or anything like that because it's out of city limits, or do we? Just so we get it covered tonight?
Well, the county, we'd have to get a permit from the county.
Okay, but you don't need anything from us like that though?
No, not if you're out of city limits, and then
Yep.
with the state, I gotta get a permit from the state. We're okay with that.
Okay. That's a good thing that your fall is December, what is today, 7th?
I don't put a fire under my ass.
Not at all.
Well, it's getting done at least.
If not, we'll get her done next year.
Yeah.
So that's all I needed to know about the meter and all that other stuff. And who's the chief? You? Are you the city worker?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, Bill Munson, you got his number and.
No, I'll have to get that.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Kevin, will give it to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Kevin. That's all I needed.
Okay, well, hopefully you guys get it done this fall.
Yeah.
Troy?
I was asked to be here, something about snow removal.
On the sidewalks.
Yeah, we really want you to help us out.
I thought you were already doing that. I seen you up earlier than anyone the other day.
I generally just do, yeah. What happens in the dark, you guys never see.
Well, now we're gonna get billed for it, so now we gotta.
Yeah. I guess just basically, I just go $100 an hour. That's what I charge.
Okay.
So that way, if he needs help, he just, that's where I go. So.
Okay, so,
How many are you doing on Main? I know you're doing the bank.
Bank, the bar, the post office. The bank, that doesn't affect you guys though, because they want it shoveled. So, but yours now, there's not like shoveling all the doors up. It's just getting the snow off.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same thing with always done.
And how much do we want to have him do? Like now this sidewalk coming down here.
Well, you guys would be amazed at how much was done. Kevin did a lot for us, you guys. You guys didn't realize that until now. We're getting $100 pushed per hour. And that's nothing against you, I'm just saying it was a lot.
And just so Troy knows how far or what's.
Yeah, I just need to know what you want done.
Yeah.
That way it gets done.
And that's every few inches, I mean, it's every time it snows, you guys, so.
As far as
no one else
as
is-
the city hall,
We do
that's
this.
weekly. That's not a big deal there.
Do we just want to have him do that one block on Main?
Both sides?
Both sides of, the bar and then the west side?
Bar to the that building there, right along that brick building all the way down to the library and that Harvard. Yeah. And then from the bank to the gym. Is that what you're thinking?
Just on main, nothing
Yeah.
going.
Do any of those, business owners pay for any of that?
In the past, my understanding was it was the owner's
Responsibility?
responsibility. But the trouble is, I know community development, the guy that was supposed to do it never did it. And it got left and then volunteers stepped in, but then it didn't get done regular and it was a mess.
Well, let's let Troy know what he needs to do, and then we'll figure out the billing from there, if that's what we're getting at.
I can just.
So there's gonna be no confusion.
I don't know what else he would do. It's just this block, that's it.
Yep. Both
Somebody else
sidewalks
does the
and,
fire hall, I assume. I don't know who's doing that,
He usually does that.
We do it in the city,
so.
but he could do the west side of it.
Yeah, the
You
streets.
know, just go down, up and down that sidewalk. Then we take care of the north side.
So yeah, just the main street there.
So it's not like it takes long, the skid steer blower just, I fit between all the posts except for that one by the clinic.
Just, I don't know, does the senior center have anybody?
No, they do their own.
Huh?
They do their own.
They did, but I don't think the Rembles are doing it anymore.
Don't.
Jeff's got a new snow blower and stuff out there, so I actually swung in and helped them a few times, but they pretty much take care of their own there now, so.
Maybe we should just have them do all of Maine and we'll deal with the owners then.
okay? Well, just so he's clear, so there's no questions later, you
I
guys.
can check with the senior center.
Okay.
It makes it tough if you're gonna do 100 feet or 50 feet and then somebody else is doing in between and then you start again and it's a bunch of BS is what it is.
So both sides of Maine?
Yep.
Okay.
I guess if you got any questions, just Bill or Tom.
Nope, that's fine.
And then you do my house too, because it connects.
Down that way.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I like waking up and being like, oh, sorry about my snow.
Well, anything else on that?
This should be it.
Every time it snows, I get, some accumulation, need them out there, so.
Perfect.
What about the east-west by the old grocery store? Because the care center people go, or you just make it walk on the street that way? I was always gonna ask that, because I always ends up getting pushed full of snow.
We've never done it.
I never did it.
They just go on the street.
Street it is. We got nice streets.
Works.
Okay. Good, anything else on that, guys?
Good with that, Troy? You good with that?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, appreciate you doing it.
You know, a person could talk to the care center. They have Jeff out, doing the care center sidewalks. If they want that clean, it could be their responsibility. They can take it up to Maine then.
And we do the alley there.
All right,
Sweet.
no other discussion on that? We're good? All right, we'll move right into city maintenance. Bill, what do you got for us? Well, you guys you don't have to stick around, I guess. If you want to, feel free. Bill, what do you got for us?
You sit. We just talked about it.
Oh, he's gotta have something else. It's,
Trucks at the co-op.
City pickups up at the co-op, got some issues, got intake gaskets are out. What else did you say, Larry?
Front back, the axles.
It's got front axle joints out. And then, the front tires are getting pretty smooth, so. And you use front tires too.
we've only been discussing another city pickup for 3 years now. Let's wait till it's.
By the time Larry's
It's
done,
two times
it's
the
half
price.
rebuilt.
Yeah.
We could start with the rear end, then we're done.
What's your suggestion then? Should
Well,
we
what
get
is-
serious about looking and quit talking, or what are we doing?
Well, if you look for a pickup nowadays, that's not,
I know, that's what
you're
we're getting.
probably gonna end up having to fix this one and, you know,
We screwed up on that one.
doesn't look like Miller Huntington give us another one, so.
Have you asked?
Huh?
Have you
I don't know who to ask. Any suggestions?
We don't have pickups like that anymore. We got half-ton trucks. And we got, if you want a little half-ton truck, we got a half-ton Chevy, a black Chevy, that we could be happy to work something out.
Just getting the Chevy would improve another 15 years of life, probably.
Right? And then, but then it's those, you know,
Right.
ton and a half trucks that we got, those big dogs.
Right, yeah, that would be,
Too much. Maintenance on it's expensive.
By the time you go to buy a used pickup, you're gonna have this one fixed a hell of a lot less, because especially it's freaking stupid trying to buy it. Can't do it.
Crazy.
Well, what year would that half-ton be about?
It's that one is an '09 Chevy.
What's,
This is a 97.
you say 97, maybe.
I blame Ardell for driving out to his farm all the time. I would have half the miles. No, we've kind of been screwing around with this week long, but yeah, no, we have to. We have to
Let's
get it
just
fixed.
wait, I mean, if somebody sees something that's cheap online or whatever, then maybe.
You might throw another 10 grand or something cheap online. too.
Right.
What's the estimate today? Do we have a ballpark what it would cost?
It's gonna be about $1,000.
Oh,
For the kind of
Is it-
sold
They already did have to work.
Yeah, the intake's already done.
That's certainly
All that is fixed.
It might not even be $1,000,
yeah, no, then I think.
Especially when Larry offered to donate his time. That was.
Hopefully until then, Bill.
If it was a Chevy, we'd talk. But I don't donate no Fords.
That's vehicular racism.
Well, I guess stay on Larry to get it fixed. Until then, hoof it.
I got a Mazda.
because actually you wouldn't need more than a half-ton, would you really?
I really don't think we would.
It's not like you're hauling, you're not pulling trailer around.
No.
I'll talk
Not
to
really.
I'll talk to the boys about it.
Doing a whole lot with it, really.
But still, we might as well fix it.
Oh, for sure.
And
Oh, yeah.
we got something sellable anyway.
Okay. Anything else on that?
Not on that. I had the garbage truck in up at Poland's and they got them cylinders fixed. And one day they got busted out 4 of them, so they had all the seals pulling. That's all done. That sewer system behind the apartments, I mean, in Ardell too, there's so much, there's not much flow there. It flows so slow, that's why it backs up sometimes, and usually we gotta go flush it out 2 or 3 times a year. And if that would be something in the future where we could maybe get a lift pump in there or something, or a lift station of some kind, and I don't know if it'd be feasible to do it, you know, I don't know. There isn't much flow there, is there?
No.
It takes a long time for it
A
to.
lot of stuff coming out of the apartment building.
I'll have to
And
figure
it
something out.
actually goes, there's 3 manholes before it actually gets into the street. There's 3 manholes in that school lot.
Which we just replaced one of them.
What's your suggestion, I guess, then how about that? Lift
I
station?
could probably get an estimate from Dakota Pump and Control and see what they can come up with. Start there, I guess.
Yeah, see what they think and get some estimates, that's all we
I
can do.
wonder if that would go into the grant we have. Isn't it sewer and water?
Should.
It's a new lift, if it's a new lift station, it's gotta be something new, I do believe, not?
Yeah, I would think
Right.
so.
Usually it's gonna
And
be
we've got, we've already gotten, what, 21,000, and next year we get another 21,000. So now would be the time to think about it, that's what,
What about water meters? You know, we had talked about it.
that's what we want, we definitely want some, but we're waiting to see if there's another project that has to be done. We definitely have to have some water meters,
What do you mean another project?
like this lift station.
Oh,
I haven't ordered new meters, nothing yet, so that's still in there, so. And this is that estimate from Dakota Pump and Control for that, system where we would, pressure, get the pressure from up here at the tower, and then shoot a signal down to the pumps down there, then kick the pumps on down there.
Exactly, 31,000, that's what our grant is. There it is.
Ours is 42.
Next.
you know, I think, in my opinion, if water meters would qualify, that should be a whole lot higher priority than this. This is working, but it's not, I'd say it's,
What's a meter cost?
I don't,
Well, to do the whole town, what did that one grant we were going for? I think we had to pay out 60,000 and they would pay out 110.
But that was.
But that's all brand new, it's all
Yeah,
sit in the
that
car
was-
and do all that. We're just asking for new walking ones.
But the gallons you pick up is unbelievable.
What, when you're in a car?
No, the new meters, the gallons you will pick up that were lost before, you'd be surprised. You're losing gallons.
I don't think we would be surprised, because we know where we're at with losing gallons, it's not good right now
that's why I
with our old
think
technology that we have, yeah, it's,
we'd be better off using that money we have now for meters, however far it goes. And if we'd have to put in that lift station, the other thing we could do is apply for CDBG money. That's that community development block grant money. And they usually have about a 50% match.
well, that's, you and Bill know what's going on there, I really don't,
Yeah,
like I said.
I'm sure this is probably the higher end quality stuff, it's probably more like I could probably just go right to my phone and look at the gallons usage of the day, and, I'm sure it's got all the bells and whistles to that, so I don't know if we could downgrade that a little bit, just, all we need is just to send a signal down there, to turn the pump on and shut it off,
Right.
But actually, it's been working good since you reprogrammed, right?
So far it has. I mean, our gallons usage is still kind of up there, but so far, yeah.
See, because we operated, what, 2 years, 3 years till we started having issues, but we reprogrammed, and I think we screwed up is what we did. We screwed the program up in that variable drive. And then he reprogrammed it again. He works with a guy out of Fargo.
Okay.
And they opened up a margin, I think, right? And that seemed like then that took care of the problem. Because they weren't going to sleep the way they were supposed to.
Okay. Well, sounds like we gotta dig into that a little bit then.
Yeah, I think we spend that money on meters for now, and should be able to pay for projects like this with what we should make on the.
Yeah, we couldn't do it now anyway, until we get estimates.
Okay. Yeah, and
Or I'd make a motion that Bill order meters and
Yeah, get that project going.
get the meters, whatever 21,000 allow us to buy, and
And then next year you get another 21,000
Yeah.
with that, so it's
then
42.
we'll work it from there.
See where that gets us at 21,000.
I'll make that as a motion.
motion, second. Jeff, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Bill, anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. we'll move on to the auditor then.
We have two accounts that have been not used for a long, long time now. You'll see the patrons there. One has got like $34 in it, and one has $800 and something in it.
Yep.
It's been many years since they've been touched or used. Lauren can tell you what more they were used for, but we're thinking maybe we can close them out and put it in for our general fund and get rid of those two accounts.
I think where that money originates from, that CDBG is a community development block grant. Back when we did the SUR project, now the SUR project or the lagoons, I can't remember. But it was like a $2 million job. CDBG granted us $1 million, or roughly there. And that was put in that account. The construction account was the actual construction of that project. And I think that's for the $800 and some. It was left over at the end and it never got used up. As a matter of fact, that snow blower that we have was bought from money left over, so I think that was like $2,800. I could be wrong on some of the numbers, but so that probably was like $3,000 or $4,000. We bought that snow blower so we can get out there in the wintertime to check the generator and stuff and the lift stations. They approved that, but there was still that $800 left over that never got used.
And they've been dead, both accounts have been dormant for quite a few years.
Yeah, just throw it in, we're not talking tens of thousands of dollars.
I put it into the general account,
Yeah.
close them.
As long as, I don't see why we couldn't.
Or if you want to throw it over into that water meter account.
You just use it right away, so it was.
Go into the water meter account, so that's the one I'm just opening up.
Burn it up
Yeah.
on another meter. That's a good idea. Get rid of it.
Any other discussion on that, guys?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead and get rid of those. I think we got 10 different accounts started.
There are.
Get rid of a few of them.
Patty and I are going over to see which, and these two were the ones that really needed to go.
Okay.
That's for me.
No city council Christmas party or nothing like that?
Not much y'all paying Oh, wait a minute, there is another one.
Double or nothing.
And it's on the bottom, the Janice Yeager, is that how am I saying her last name, Yeager? She was due for shut off, but we can't get it shut off, right? Bill?
Yep.
They can't get it off, so it's just gonna stay as is on, but I mean, she still hasn't been paying.
Boy, this was looking so good and now it's so full.
Yeah, this month was a little tough.
Huge.
Have you read, the Misty Beard, I'm waiting for community action. The one Davis, he usually sends 2 big checks a year, so he hasn't sent one yet.
Well, I
And
would,
Ryan Storbeck, I told him it would be wise if he came in and talked to you guys. But as you see, he doesn't come in. But he said as soon as he hauls his beans in, he'll pay it in full. So we're waiting. I mean, he does pay $150 a month. The reason he's behind this time is he had one bad check, and then October he missed paying. So that's why he's behind like that now.
can we circle back to that Jager?
Yep.
We need to get that fixed. And the only reason I'm saying that is because if something happens and our basement floods, the city's not gonna be responsible. And not only that, if it's supposed to be shut off in the first place.
No, it's supposed to be shut off by us because it's lack of payment.
That's what I'm saying, and they're still getting water. Let's get that fixed. Because all we're doing is losing money there. And the city's not gonna be responsible if they decide to
Will
just.
Devo come out this time of year?
I don't know, I'll call him, see.
That's what I'd say, call them.
He's got a frost.
Where's the curb stop at on that house?
They're right in the front of the house there.
They are on the grass.
Yep.
Then it's not frozen very hard yet.
No, we gotta get that fixed.
I would agree.
There's,
So, yeah, because it was supposed to, it was the letter was sent out last month, they've been trying, but just won't go. So as far as they're concerned, it's been shut off.
That's, yeah. Now everyone knows it's not, so let's get on that, please. Okay? And then the other ones, yeah, that's just polluting like crazy.
Misty beard.
She bought Travis's old house.
Walker's old house, that redwood, right across from Dean Ensminger's, or next to Dean Ensminger's, 2 houses down.
Oh. Okay.
That's about the only thing in that.
But the community action did say that they were gonna send the money for it, and they would send it directly here.
Anybody want to contact this Davis?
I don't know,
Yeah.
which one is Joe
I
Davis?
do have his number.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've contacted him a few times.
Okay, if you have his number, if you give it to me,
I could be
Okay, I'd have
honest,
to get it.
he just sent us a couple of years or something, but
he does this, he pays like twice a year, and then he'll run out of money, like he'll pay 400. When he runs out, it's like it's another month or two, and then you gotta send him a letter like this, and then he sends a bunch more again.
you know, if we talk to him, maybe if you could just tell him, all right, you know, your average water bill is not.
Well, as of right now, he's gotten 3 late charges, so you're looking at $75 to $85 up his
Right.
bill being late charges.
So maybe tell him, all right, you're not paying enough, and your money's running out, so if you want to avoid some late charges, but I think best, I'm sure if you could get a hold of him. Some of your account is getting shut off. The store back deal is every other month kind of thing.
He's actually on there quite a bit all the time.
These repeat offenders is, we agreed 2 months ago to stop giving so much leeways because all it does is open up the rabbit hole to give nothing more leeways.
This is the one that we agreed to do payments on his water that got dug up, is that right?
Yeah, right, as of right now,
Sheriff Force.
as of right now, it's going to get his back pay. He pays $150, but it's usually around the 1st of the month. But if it's, when he pays that $150, he's late from the 10th before. So he needs to get up one ahead, you know what I mean? And he's not, he's behind, so he's always getting a late charge.
When, I see this, when's he getting his beans hauled or what? When, did he give you a date?
And he didn't give me a date, he just said as
I
soon as he
know
gets
the
his
price
beans
is pretty
hauled.
good,
But he did pay a payment on 11/3, let's see in that one. He paid a payment on 11/3, the month before it was skipped. And 2 months before that, it was a bad check. We got him here.
My biggest thing is there's priorities in life and water is a necessity. And I don't know if he's got TV hooked up in the house or internet, but you could get rid of that for 2 months and you'd be caught up. There's gotta be a way. It's a necessity. If you got cell phones, you can live without them. Used to do it all the time. So it's one of those things. It's one thing, honest mistakes here and there, but if you repeat offending every 2 months, 3 months, and you get caught up and then go behind, it's just a bill you have to pay. It's just the way it is. It's no different than
what is it?
buying groceries or anything else.
Can we give him
Well,
till next month, and if it's not taken care of in the water, I don't know how else to do it.
okay, I'll tell him that.
Or not, that's my opinion.
No,
I
if not
agree.
sooner.
Agree.
But yeah, yeah.
It just seems like every month we're saying the same thing, so
I don't know, what's irritating.
I hate doing it, but yeah, give them, are you guys okay with that? I don't, 1 more month and then just shut it off. That's all we can do.
So you're meeting time.
It's not fair to these other 10 people out here that we
Right.
said the same thing and they pay, but it's not fair to the other 221 people that do pay. Okay. Any other questions on that, or?
I don't know if a guy should tell him something like this is our last leeway we're gonna give you, like, we can't do this every 2 months and keep giving you an extra month.
Yeah,
And if you could come here and talk, that'd be fine, but if he's not.
I'd asked him 3 or 4 times to come here and talk to you guys.
So, that makes it even worse, in my mind, if you can't come here and, play some music, then we're not gonna do this every 2 months, so this is his last, in my opinion, this is the last grant.
Mr. Chairman, do you charge a shut-off fee and a turn-on fee?
Yep.
Okay.
That's my opinion, last warning.
When we put locks on it and they break the locks, we charge for that too. That's happened.
That's criminal offense.
Slow down, Mark.
It's happened. It's happened.
Really.
Oh, and Drew, on there you'll see a bill for, no, it says West Hydenburg. I'm just,
Yep.
that's just for you to see what, I guess that bill, would that be coming from the garbage they pick up or whatever? We got a check from them.
With the dumpsters.
Yep, that was, how much was it? I didn't,
It was supposed to be close to what they picked. Right, something like they went
$162.
$162.
And I'll need that piece back, Drew.
Not a whole lot, but
Okay, yeah.
it pays for our,
Pays for the,
water samples.
I just was gonna let you see what it looks like.
Yeah, those 3 dumpsters.
So we actually got a check off that, because
We got a check, yes.
and that's what I think last meeting I'd asked you if we were, okay, so we actually.
we were just hoping to get the dumpsters paid.
Yeah. All right, anything else from?
Oh, and then Ron Nystrom was asking about being able to put a.
Shipping container behind my house. Near the alley.
Oh, boy. That's your guys' call there.
How big a shipping container? How big?
Like
I'm gonna
temporary?
get one of those 40-footers.
Is it temporary or you're talking?
No, it'll be permanent.
May I ask what it's for? Or what do you-
My garage is getting a little bit long in the tooth. It's over 100 years old. And I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. And I'm gonna need a place to put things. And if it gets really bad, I gotta tear it down. And it would be one edge would be in line with the derrick pole that Lauren put in to lower my antenna. You know, the antenna tower. So I'd be using that as an anchor rather than my tractor.
I think we'd have to go over and look.
I do see them going up around other cities, just so you guys, or towns.
Yeah, we do have one in town already, behind John Chikeen. You know, if they're
It's not a big
maintained,
one though, that one he's got. It's
No.
not a 40-footer.
as long as they obey the, you know, the
I think it's a 20-foot.
right of way off the property lines, it's really not a lot different than a building,
Right.
than a structure.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
It's not gonna interfere with, there's no power lines or
As long as you
anything
stay on the property
where people would need to
lines.
work.
Oh, it's gonna be in the middle of the property. It'll be
Which way are you
alongside.
facing it?
What?
Which way are you gonna face it?
It'll be facing in line with the front,
Like east and west,
yeah.
so it won't block snow in the alleys.
So you're not gonna notice it.
Otherwise, you're gonna have.
Everybody was worried about my tower being a real big eyesore, and nobody even notices the darn thing.
When it's not laying down on the street, it isn't. No, at east, yeah, otherwise you're gonna
I'd be
have.
fine with it.
Okay, that's up to you guys, yeah.
I mean, the shipping containers now they're not old, you know, they're only a couple of years old.
Does it-
that they're getting.
It doesn't say China on it, will it? That's. Something different.
Gotta be painted with
Well,
white
yeah.
glow.
Well, with my business, I was shipping them 2 or 3 times a month to Australia, Europe, and Asia. So
Could say.
that's the reason I like them. They're built really well.
Okay, no, as long as you guys are okay with it,
We would have to have a permit for that, or not?
Not really building anything,
Did John get a
just
permit?
basically parking something.
and it's on their property, shit, there's. Just to the east of him's had,
Because I don't
was sitting
think,
there for 3 years that haven't moved, so.
I don't think they tax them, do they? Like they do a building?
I'd have to ask Trish on that.
Well, it's portable.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think so. It's basically a trailer.
Because really, you know, you got those garden sheds and Well, they're getting to be garages already, I'm seeing coming out of Jamestown, or coming, that are ready built, they just set them down, they got their own floor.
So sounds like you're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else?
Nope, not for me.
Water sewer policing, Taylor.
New deputy started.
Guy that's gonna buy it.
Last week.
Is Deputy Kyle?
Give him a call.
Isn't it?
I'll have to come up, yeah.
They just met him Friday night.
Sign him up. I gotta listen to these.
Yeah, but this is his wife. No kids yet. I think his wife is a CNA. I don't know if she's gonna apply at the nursery, the care center or not.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be good.
No kids, you said?
I don't think that.
Oh, I thought Andrew told me he had a couple of kids.
I saw the interview. I didn't think he did.
Maybe it was the other guy that had the kids.
No, he didn't either.
Oh, when I talked to Andrew, it sounded like he was excited, so that's good that we replaced Alex so quick.
Yeah.
Especially with Andrew moving out of town.
And it sounds like he's a guy that actually wants to stick around, buy land, and live here, so.
Perfect.
Yeah, it seems like a good guy.
Awesome. All right, streets, lighting, library. Jeff, anything?
Christmas lights look
I don't
awesome.
have anything at this moment. Do you guys have anything?
About 3 poles short though.
Were you?
Yeah, it'd be nice to,
We used a couple of the real old ones last year, but they're just shot.
Can we bite the bullet and get some more? I think it's been on the table since I've been on council for 11 years.
You know, the guy that we bought these from, I think died, right? From cancer?
Greg, Arnell Lighting out of Dawson,
Yeah.
he died, buried him last week.
well, I think you got these online.
I think Sam bought these, didn't she?
Not the park board, did it?
Park board bought these new ones.
That was one of them they did,
Display sales or something, there was a catalog somewhere.
I think Nicole was in charge of that.
Yeah.
Give a few more.
Yeah, Nicole ordered those.
They don't even get them right now.
I wonder what they cost about.
It wasn't that much.
I'll see if I can find a catalog somewhere, see if I get one somewhere. No, I'll call Nicole.
And last year we added the rope lights down the poles. But when we dug them out of the storage, they were froze solid. And so we got them down there, warm it up, we'll put those on Friday morning. There's no way we're
Oh,
gonna
right.
get
Yeah.
them strung up.
Well, I say finish up the 3 poles.
Yeah, might as well get a few of them. Got that
Actually,
one.
we just, we're 3 short of what we
Thanks, John.
normally do.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
We're 3 short of what we normally do, but there's other poles that, you know, we could probably put 6.
Let's see what they cost, and for sure, no matter what, get the 3 to finish.
Everyone sure appreciates it.
On the website Purple Wave, that's a government, mostly they sell government stuff. Last year and the year before, there was a lot of Christmas decorations from different cities that you bid on and went dirt cheap. So it was Purple Wave.
Perfect. Appreciate that.
Thanks, John.
Larry, you got anything?
Nope.
Lauren?
Write that down.
Like this.
Nothing? Okay. Old business, right into that, city permits for Rusty Freeman. New windows, flooring, Linda Zinker remodel of the cottage. JDK construction for remodel of house. Sidewalk cleaning for Main Street for snow removal. I think we got that down. Maintenance review. We got all that done.
We
Yeah.
got all that done.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so new business, approved liquor license for Danny's Place and Legion Hall.
Move to approve the licenses.
I second that.
Jeff, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Look over West End Hide and Fur, I think we did that, correct? Okay, so we can move on from that. Vehicles without proper tags or broken down, parked on road with winter coming. What do we got there? Who had it down? I agree with it, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, that was just something that was mentioned, and Jeff, you're gonna talk about it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I didn't see you.
No worries. Now that winter's here, I think we should, talk a little bit about getting some of these abandoned vehicles off the road. We do have an ordinance in place saying, you know, if we don't have current tags, then we need to get them off the street at least. So Bill and
Well, there's cars with current tags, but they've been sitting for months, guys in jail or whatever, you know.
we can start with the
Okay.
vehicle. I mean, that's something we can go on and have some, you know,
I
something we know
know.
we can get done.
I know Andrew did talk to Hank down here about getting.
Okay, yeah, he's had tags on that for going on about 6 months now, so, yeah. As long as some of these old cars, you know, and what have you, and if they're, you know, in the way or whatever, and
And I can
something you
talk
need
to him
to do.
again, and he can drive through town and see which ones.
There's a brown one right over here with 2 flat tires on it. They've been flat for a while.
And if it's got current registration, then we can try to figure it out, but if it doesn't, I think that we need to just enforce that, and get a record in here and haul them off.
There was a place on Bird Street, there's 3 vehicles, but haven't been moved in a couple months, and all 3 of them got flats.
Right, well, I think we can, our ordinance, you know, indicates if it's running tags, we don't have a whole lot to stand on right now.
We kind of do, because sorry to cut you off, but if it hasn't been moved, and we're talking days, not weeks here,
Is that
we're talking 10 days.
72 hours.
Oh, okay, is there
Like
something in
days.
place?
Yes, there is,
Well,
because
let's
we've
get
gone
that
through this
enforced.
before. And let's
You
do
know-
it before the snow starts to kick us in the ass.
Absolutely.
And we're pushing around them.
And what we should do is just run a copy of that ordinance,
Yes,
turn around and hand it to Andy, and he should deliver it.
right.
And he should document when he delivers it, you know, the day and the time.
If you could print up a bunch of those, that
Which
ordinance.
ordinance is that one?
They're, I'm pretty sure it's in the ordinance book. Well, we can look
Oh,
later, but
Right,
I
let's
know
just get
that-
them pre-set, or, you know, pre-copied, ready to go, because there's gonna be some, deliveries, I'm afraid.
We've been pretty lenient on the yards and everything else at this point, so every winter, it's the same goddamn thing. Snowbanks out in the middle of the fucking road, and we can't push snow and do, I agree with you guys.
it's the same people all the time.
Well, when I was pushing snow, and I know you guys do the same thing, especially when you start getting a snowpack, I mean, you put that blade down, sometimes when you got that blade angled, if you're not paying attention, it'll suck you right in cars. So get the damn cars off the streets. The last thing you need to be doing is hitting a car that's been sitting there
Yeah.
for 10 years. Let's just get that done, and then, let's enforce it big time, right off the bat.
Okay. Absolutely. That's what we have them there for, so we may as well.
Right. Like you say, we've been pretty darn lenient on a lot of stuff. Garbage is out in front of people's houses, and what have you. It's the cover.
Yeah, especially this street is so narrow already.
Right.
You put the cars on both sides and you got that blade on there.
Right,
Plus
that's,
you got a snowbank to deal with.
especially you got that blade angled a little bit. It bites a little bit, that thing will buck, and she'll jump that far in a second.
Okay. I agree with you. That's,
I don't know if it pays to, I don't know how many ordinances he's gonna have to go door to door and hand out on vehicle park 72 hours. Would it pay to put something in the paper so that we would be enforcing this ordinance?
We can't, you bet.
It probably wouldn't hurt.
If you don't get your car out of
I
it,
mean,
if it's sitting
anytime-
72 hours or longer, we're gonna give you this ordinance and it will be towed or,
We'll hire a record engineer down and come haul it off.
so, I mean, at least it's a little bit, then it'll save a little footwork for the guys if they
Because
would.
there's one up here too. You know, he's always got that van parked there. Then they put the ridge in front of it, and there you are dealing with that ridge for a couple of days. He doesn't, you know, get out and move it right away.
Well, this is including boats and stuff like that. I mean, this is everything. It's parked on the streets.
He did move his boat beside the house.
Well, that's great. I'm just saying, get them off the street.
Nice.
You know,
no, appreciate that, but yeah, our ordinance is too vivid, to be honest with you.
right. And if we have to do some amendment, it sounds to me like it's good though, if it's got everything in there.
I think it's pretty defined when it comes to,
I think it's made for just winter time. I mean,
Yeah.
campers and stuff, I get it, if they're there with the pop outs now, or whatever, I get that, but this was kind of made for winter time, and it's pretty definitive what it asks and what it needs. So.
Good.
And like I said, it's not weeks, it's hours or days, yeah.
Well,
You
that's,
don't have to call me, I can't switch anything
That's
around.
And you know, our city does a pretty damn good job of circling back when you do move it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
see it and push it. I give you guys credit for that. You got so much to do, already when it's so
That's
busy,
not
but.
something you can have in the same paper, like help the guys out, and if you see them on moving snow.
there's a lot of cities that
Help the guys.
require you move when the snow event happens, you can't have any cars on the street.
St. Paul,
That's right.
my neighbor's car got towed because he didn't go out and move it
Right.
when it was.
I mean, so we can push this if we
They
want.
told,
Okay.
they don't knock on your door and talk to you, they just,
Right.
the plows come by, they get a radio,
You,
half hour later, here comes a tow truck.
right. That's just,
Well, I see why, when the streets are so narrow and you got so much traffic, and, I mean, we're fortunate to have that
And
traffic.
Birch Street's bad because there's, just about every house on Birch Street's occupied. There's just a lot of cars on Birch Street.
and they can put their cars out behind their house, wherever, if it's not running, get it off the street.
And I've done it 100 times, I move it up the block where it's already been cleaned.
Exactly, I was just saying, they're.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm home.
I'll drive around the block a couple times till they go by.
Right.
Okay, well,
What's the number he gets?
Not like they got to be at work or anything.
I don't think we're asking too much there, so we'll go with that.
335, I think it is.
Water bills we went over, correct?
Email or something.
Oh, and then, sorry Lauren, did you find anything out about our street signs for service vehicles only? You and I had talked yesterday. No, that's fine if you did, just.
I
let's
got
just
a
get it.
price from Newman, and there was 3 different prices, it depends on the size of the sign. And I know the council more or less said we should keep going or find out how many we need. Bill and I never did that, so, but I think we'll get going on it.
Okay.
How many we need, and I suppose we should decide on the size.
Big enough you can see it.
Yeah.
So there's no
And we
problems.
really can't probably put
Yep.
them up now anyway, we wait till
All I see
spring.
the service trucks all over.
And, yeah, everything's frozen now, which will help, but still, I think, for the
Bigger
most
and more
part.
obvious, the scarier it looks. It's the size of your.
Okay, well, if we're gonna do that, then if you just get us a price on sizes and,
Just call us, let us know what you think,
Okay.
let's get it going.
like you said, Bubba said that the bigger the better. That way there's no confusion. I didn't see it when it's staring at you in 6x6. Sticking out the middle of the street.
I don't remember the sizes. I
Okay.
don't remember. Then, auditor.
Oh, yeah.
We,
Save the best for last.
I talked to the superintendent, and I read in the paper that they hired a new auditor.
Harold Rotunda, we're talking now.
Yep.
Our city auditor, isn't it?
He's
The,
being replaced?
the school gave, yep, he's been replaced. The school gave me a name, Dan Jolson from Wapaton, and he's the new auditor at the school. I called him the minute I said, Gackle City. He said he knows why. He looked it up online. We haven't done an governmental audit since 2017.
That's been approved.
It's been approved. He said they're so swamped with, there's 170 some audits that have not been approved. And a lot of places are really in the hurt bag because if you're using federal money, if you don't have an approved audit, you ain't gonna get federal money. And it involves schools probably more than us from that standpoint. He said he couldn't catch us up if we decided to go with them, because they got so many to do, that it would be spring before he could get here and get ours started. To get them up to date.
Is that our only option?
That's the only name I called.
We're gonna have to do a little more research on this, and we're gonna have to be careful what we say too, because we don't wanna
Right.
get into trouble over this, but we have been told that they will not accept any more of his audits.
Yeah.
So we need to figure this out before it bites us in the ass
There's a
worse.
lawsuit that is pending.
That being said, as long as you guys are okay with us moving forward
Oh,
on that,
absolutely.
I don't know what else to do at this point.
No, we might have to just, part ways and find a new one.
And this is just what we're being told, so we're just trying to be extra cautious on. I really thought that we were up to date because of this street project that we did.
You're right.
Because we were supposed to have
Right.
all our numbers in,
I gave them the,
and now
But
we're
you know, it
understanding
sounds
we're
like
not.
what he submitted wasn't ours.
It's
He
not,
submitted numbers from somewhere.
Okay.
so I think that's reasonable enough to say we need to move on and go from there, and that's without hearing anything else.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Find out, I don't know what, we're gonna just have to keep asking, digging, and finding out.
Yeah,
There's gotta be more people,
Finding
apparently they
something.
need more credentials when they get into the city and the schools and all that, they need. And a lot of these guys don't have it, is what I've been told. I don't know if that's truth or not, but
I think that's true, because I asked, the auditor was at the co-op last week, Wednesday night, and I asked him, and that's John Martin, he's out of Devil's Lake. And he does 40-some co-ops, I think. He said this, a city, a municipality, or school, you mentioned something else, is called governmental auditing. And that's an entirely different ballgame than like the auditing he does. Co-ops, I guess, are unique because of the way they function in their audits. That's why he specializes in a cooperative audit. He said he wouldn't even want to touch a municipal or a governmental audit. He said he's not qualified. That's another, and that's what Dan also said, there's a lot of regulations. Federal, if we want a federal, if we get involved with federal money, that's, I guess, another ballgame. There's a lot of paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess how fast we can find somebody to get on their schedule the way it sounds.
If it takes till spring, it takes till spring, at least we got something on. You know, if we can let him know, unless, like you say, you wanna look somewhere else.
You know, it'd just be great to find somebody that could get us going on sooner. So that's
No.
something that happens a little bit fast.
Mark did say he called like 4 or 5 places. And this was by far the cheapest. He said some of them were, like for them, was like 20-some thousand a year. And
but if they're actually.
It's gonna say, we're getting,
have-
to pay for, or?
I hate to, I don't wanna say too much, but we're kind of backed in a corner here. And we were
He
kind of
did-
waiting to hear more information, but the more we get out of it, it's not good.
he also did say, he didn't know, you know, and I didn't know either what our gross, how do you put that? Our gross receipts. But there's a new regulation just down that if you're a municipality and you're under 700, and don't quote me on these numbers specifically, I think he said 750,000, you're not even required to do a governmental audit. And I think we'd be below that unless, like that street project now would put us in, you know, gets included in that amount. But under normal operating, we probably would be below, but.
We still wanna hire something, you know, I would think or not. Just because we're not required, I would still think we'd want to.
so when you say 20,000, is that for yearly you have to pay them?
I think so.
Because as long as I've been here, there's never been a check that went to Harold Trump.
You know why? I didn't
We
realize
have
that.
never once, I have never once written a check.
Until it gets
We would
approved.
get the bill from the North Dakota State Auditing Office.
Oh, I
Once
can't-
they approve his audit, they,
I have paid that though,
have you?
yeah.
Once they approve his audit, then we get the bill from them, and they pay the auditor, I guess, actually, is the way Don or Dan explained.
Do you know roughly what that is, just off the top of your head? Or can you look without a bunch of work? I mean, if we're talking
No,
thousands
figures
here,
off
we,
the top of my head.
and ours haven't, that doesn't make sense to me.
Because they must have really climbed down the state audit.
Because she hasn't been here since 17, and we've been paying it. It's a giant mess, and we were hoping to keep it quiet until we found someone, but it's just been escalating. Just gotta get the store up quicker to. I shouldn't say keep it quiet until we get off that, until we found out this is what we have to do, and it's kind of, that's the way we're forced to right now.
That's fine.
But obviously, we'll just keep looking, that's all we can do.
Yeah, I mean, I would spend a lot of time looking at this guy can do it in the spring and.
He's the best.
Details.
For the chief.
Can we get him on, can you get us on the schedule without actually hiring him, you know what I mean? Should we schedule it now and then we can keep looking if something pops up that we could, well then we'd be, you know, you'd be on his schedule when it comes to, you know.
I'll have to
what I'm
call and
saying.
ask them. It wasn't that long a conversation with him, but he knew what the situation, because he's the one that went online and said, no, Gackle does not have an approved audit since 2017.
Jesus. Which I thought we needed.
Well, this would be one for 17 from the state.
Could you call the state auditor's office and see if they would recommend
We're gonna have to.
Of
See
the
who-
state
'cause
auditor.
or see what?
We're talking
That's for January
a
2020.
ton of people that are influenced by this, a bunch.
Oh, wow.
So they
So
might be
there's
back
gotta be-
Going on.
So right here, we got this letter in 2020.
What the hell are they doing?
And it's for the audit, he's something about an audit report of Gackle for the year 2017.
Okay.
Oh, it says you may now pay the fee, so I went and paid the fee, I'm sure, right there you go. The fee's $260.
There's no way he does all that work for $260. I can promise you.
So that was for 17. So where's
He's just
18,
making up
19?
numbers.
And that's, and we got it in 20. So that's 3 years after the fact that they're, 17 was approved.
Okay. Well, let's just keep, can you call them and see if there's anyone, or if there's a list, or how we do that, please?
Okay.
Because I don't know where else to go with that one. We've asked other cities, other mayors. Lauren and I have been in contact with a few of them, a few schools and stuff, so we just gotta keep digging, because I think there's a lot of people around the area that are in the same boat, so.
But that sounds really serious. They must have really climbed down on the state for not notifying anybody that their audits aren't in. They must have really, you know, the superintendents or this, he's part of a superintendent's organization. They must have had a hell of a hot meeting.
Which it should be, because we sit out here and we do our part, and we think that this is all that the city of Gackle needs to do as far as our
We pay someone to do that.
approval, our audit and everything, we think it's a done deal, and then you find out that 100 other entities or municipalities are in the same boat, they think it's done.
I was very tempted to call Jeff Magnum because I think the legislators should get on their ass.
Well, maybe this is a start. Hopefully.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll just.
One more thing.
Oh, sorry, Lauren. Go ahead.
You know, with these assessments, my understanding is in Logan County, I thought those tax statements would come out by today, but they haven't. Really what I'm seeing is people don't even know what their total assessment is. You know, they're all, and my understanding, all they're gonna see on their tax statement is the annual payment. I think I gave all of you guys a sheet. I really think, my personal opinion, I think we should send them out to the residents of the city or the landowners so they know what their total is.
Oh, it's their right to know.
And if they're right. Another way we could do it, when I talk to More Engineering, we could put it on the website. It's public information. They can go to the city website and see it. But there's a lot of elderly and stuff that are not on the computer. I think we could just, a lot of these we could hand out in person. And, you know, the ones we don't hand out, so it wouldn't be that many mailings. Say it's 150 would be $75 per mailing.
It's,
So the more information people have, the less backlash you're gonna get. I mean, you're gonna get no matter what.
well, a lot of these people wanna pay it in full, so it's,
That's another issue, that they want to pay in full. It would, well, you guys had a chance to read it. I typed it on the bottom, that they gotta contact Sherry to get that payment amount. Because that gets a little more involved.
thanks for getting all that stuff done.
So I'll take through them, the ones we want to hand out, and then the rest I'll give to you, Sherry, for mailing.
Yeah.
And there's some of those Hunter houses, I used the name that was on that certified copy, but I think they've changed hands, so I'm not sure it's totally right. But I'll work with you on it.
Okay.
Very good, yeah.
Thanks, Laura. Okay. Anything else on that?
Bill, do you want to go to the funeral hall? I should be up there in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, all we got is to go through the bills here quick and then we're done, so. Thanks, guys. Yep.
See y'all.
Bye.
Take care.
See ya.
Hey,
Any questions on the?
When you take the school in front of the house, do you push it beyond?
On the bills.
My wife. And for her to get in the car, she wants to get out.
Didn't see anything out of the ordinary, she explained that, I questioned about it.
Yeah, just push it down the hill, so it doesn't build up.
That's, I didn't think you were using your front door, I
That
don't
was,
know you.
that was a check to you.
Yeah,
that was-
Yeah, I don't
For me,
have
I
any
use
questions on anything.
It doesn't bother me, it's just the front that is the problem.
And it does look like we dispersed more than we brought in, but you gotta remember, we paid,
Keep it off.
the public, Munster Public Finance, 14,000 for our
I got
back,
90 feet.
the interest payment.
Yep,
came out last month.
Thank you.
yeah, it looks good a few months and it looks terrible. I didn't see on there, but we did send out, so you guys aren't surprised by that. Last year, for Santa Claus Day over in Streeter, we agreed to 500 the first year because we had, and then after that 300. So we sent them a check for 300, and that was approved, yearly after that, so that you guys, I thought so because we have a lot of Gackle kids that do go over there. They do a great job, it's pretty
Been
cool.
over there for years.
Yeah.
They do a great job, Chad does a great job over there.
And there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are doing a lot of work back there.
Oh, man, I
It's
can't-
unbelievable, yeah. So, anyway, a motion to approve the bills then, so moved.
I'll second that.
Jeff, all those in favor?
Aye.
Carries. Date and time, January 3rd, 2021, that'll be 2022,
Oh, 2022.
at 7 PM.
I don't wanna do 21 again.
Let's not start that over. All right, everybody will be here. Coherent by then, hopefully.
I'll be here, but not.
All right, if so, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I think it was-